This is WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
New Mexico State is the next team on the schedule for the Kentucky Wildcats. After 2 games this season, the UK defense ranks near the bottom nationally in yards and points allowed per game. The Aggies are only averaging 320 yards and 27 points per game, but do pose a threat to the Cats, especially with a dual threat quarterback, something UK has struggled with in the past.
They got some guys that could get down the field, and they got a running quarterback. You know, that's always, you know, anytime you add the dimension where they get the Q run game, you know those are aggravating teams and aggravating yards at times because, again, it's you know, you're accounting for 12 guys essentially with the quarterback runs. So, you know, that's what grabs my attention immediately.
Speaking of the Aggies, the one thing that concerns head coach Doug Martin about the Kentucky defense are the defensive backs. The New Mexico State does like to throw the ball around from time to time, but Chris Westry, Derek Beatty, and J.D. Harmon are a threat. But the coverage UK plays is similar to what State faced just last week against New Mexico.
I think they've got excellent corners. Both their corners are 6'3", and they really run well, play the deep ball very well. They're a man coverage team, very similar to what we saw from New Mexico in that regard. So there's a little carryover there. But this is a great opportunity for us to go play in a big time atmosphere, and our players are going to get excited about it. The main thing we've tried to get to them is that now we have to learn how to win.
The Eastern Kentucky Colonels are back on the road this week, facing another FBS opponent in Ball State. The Colonels bounced back last week with a big win over U-Pike, but head coach Mark Elder says his team is far from being where he wants it to be. Turnovers and penalties have plagued EKU the first few weeks of the season, something Elder says simply cannot happen.
2 straight weeks with 3 turnovers to start the first half is not what we're looking for. Had 13 penalties, which is far too many. We've got to do a better job cleaning that stuff up. We have high aspirations here to play championship level football. And when you turn the ball over 3 times in the first half, when you have 13 penalties, we're not going to be able to be successful in future weeks.
Time now for us to name our Week 3 Players of the Week. 2 players earned the honor this week. First, Wes Hager of Prestonsburg. In a win over Breathitt County, Hager rushed for 262 yards on 17 carries with 3 touchdowns. And Tyler Kidd of Knott County Central versus South Floyd. Kidd had 4 receptions for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also had an interception on defense that he returned for another score. Back with more after this.